It's time for 5-Minute Advice for Authors, brought to you by Twin Flame Studios.
I'm Joanne Sweeney, and I am the author of Public Sector Marketing Pro, the definitive guide to digital marketing and social media for government and public sector. So I've worked in communications for all of my career, over 20 years, and I niched down about 6 years ago, and I also host the Public Sector Marketing Show. So I teach and I preach everything that I put into my book. What's most important for readers to learn from my book, Public Sector Marketing Pro, is that public sector marketing in itself is a discipline. And when I began to do my research and my writing before I even wrote the first edition of this book a few years ago, people who were working in the sector said to me, I didn't realize there was a language and a whole concept and a framework on how to approach digital marketing in particular for government and public sector. I kind of always knew that, and so I definitely totally embraced the niche. And even though I worked in communications all of my career, I was always drawn to the story that was in the public interest, because I used to work as a broadcast journalist. And so I think all of my previous jobs, my business, my academia and my writing all collided to come into this book. And I really believe that this book is a handbook that professionals can have on their desk. And let me be so bold as to quote Tom Cochrane, who wrote the foreword for the book. And Tom used to work in the White House under the Obama administration, and then subsequently in the State Department. And in the foreword to the book, he writes that Public Sector Marketing Pro is the handbook that I needed while working in the White House. It would have saved me years of learning by error. And so I give people over my 20 years of experience, but bring it right into the now, into the digital age, to help them be confident and to be competent online, all in the public interest. My most important advice for authors is, I know that it is a discipline where you need to isolate yourself and you need to go it alone. But in fact, with my book and choosing not to go it alone and building an editorial team around me, I found that my writing, my critical thinking, and the finished product was much better. So while you are the author and your name is on the title of the book, look for that expertise and look for the people in the industry who know how to bring a book to market, but also to get the best out of you. And that was something that I'm so glad and grateful that I did with this edition, because heretofore I would have been that like one-woman band, maintaining that I had to do everything myself. So yeah, get some great editorial people around you. My favorite part of working with Twin Flame Studios to record the audiobook was actually the process. So my background is as a broadcast journalist, and I was very nervous that I would sound like I was reading a news bulletin when I was reading my book. And yes, my book is not like a romantic novel or true crime. It is fact and it is advice. But the guidance and the investment that Twin Flame Studios put into my audiobook was something that I did not expect. The detail in terms of the process, the audio, the quality was at a level that higher than my own standard. And also what I would say is how I was brought through the process was very much hand-holding, expert guidance, and picking up on intonation, emphasis, even my energy levels when they dipped. Stephen really caught it. And so he began to quickly know my style and know me as an author and also how I would deliver it. And I'm so proud of the finished product. And it's my very first audiobook. And to see my book in audio format, and audio was my first medium of choice, it's something that I'm really proud of. But the professionalism and the personal approach was just outstanding.
Thanks for joining us on 5-Minute Advice for Authors. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe for more, and visit us at twinflamestudios.com.